We're going to continue working on text evidence this morning and asking and answering those questions. So you'll remember text evidence is proving that our answer is correct. So you're finding clues within the story that proves you are correct. So first thing we're going to do is we need to read. We have an article here called Great White Sharks. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Okay, starts right here. Great white sharks are one of the most feared ocean creatures. People think that great white shark is a monster of the deep. So our main idea here of this first paragraph is that sharks are feared and that people think they're monsters. So we're going to continue reading and figure out more. Great white sharks are the largest fish on Earth. They grow to about 15 feet long. They can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. Many people think they are white because of their name, but their bodies are mostly gray. The great white's name comes from their white bellies. Here you see a comparison between a human and a great white shark. So you can see how much bigger it is. So the main idea here is kind of how big they are and where they get their name. We know so far that we're talking about great white sharks and some information about them. People need to be careful around these predators. 1/3 to 1/2 of all shark attacks come from great white sharks. Great white sharks do not try to attack people. Most of these sharks attacks happens because the sharks mistake a person for food. Most people survive these shark attacks. So there are some shark attacks, but they're actually not all that bad. And great white sharks are endangered. Okay, that word's important right there, endangered. That means that there's not many of them left, and they're at risk of going extinct, which means they don't exist anymore. It is important to learn about these amazing fish so we can save them. All right, so now you have 5 questions, and you're going to have to highlight evidence for each of these. So look at this first one here. What do most people think of great white sharks? We're going to highlight that in red. So you would go back in the article and see, where does it talk about people's ideas of great white sharks? So you'll get your little pen and Cami, and right here, people think that great white is a monster of the deep. So then you'd come down here and you're going to type your answer. People think, that's how you're going to start, that great white sharks are monsters. So that would be an example of a good, perfect sentence. It has that restate in it. Be sure you're restating these writings. You're retelling the question back to me so I understand that you know what you're answering. So what do most people think great white sharks? Your answer would be, most people think great white sharks are monsters. Okay, so you'll continue doing that to the rest of these, making sure you're highlighting your evidence, where you found your answer at. That's the key part. You have to prove that you are correct. Prove that you know what the answer is. Okay? And if you have questions, post them on Google Classroom. Good job. Take your time.